hi guys, come right along with me as I deliver these prescriptions. I'm doing my deliveries for today. I work for this company and I deliver prescriptions, and I'm on my way. So come right along with me with Soulful Rides. So I wanted to tell you guys about my first time I had to step out on faith and ask God to help me with something. And I did not grow up into a church background. I don't have a church background. I didn't grow up with the Lord, and I didn't meet the Lord until I was in my mid-30s, like 35, 36, 37, somewhere around there is when I met the Lord, and I needed something from him. So I did not know how to get what I needed. So the evangelist at the church at the time, this was my first church home, first time being a part of this church. This evangelist, me and her, she was my mentor. So she was like, pray to God and just ask God for what you want, and he'll give it to you. And I'm looking at her like, I don't know how to pray. So she told me how to pray. She said, just like I'm doing right now, just talk to God, ask him for what you want, and trust him. What you have to do is trust him. And she said something that's really important and key. When you are asking God for anything, no matter how small you may think it is or whatever, be very specific. You have to be specific and detailed in what you want. Because, so like you said, God, I want a car. And then God gives you a car. If you wasn't specific, he'll give you a lemon. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be specific. So that's what so that was something that stuck out for me. And that's true. You have to be very specific. So I did just that. And what I needed from the Lord was favor for parking. My son at the time was like 3 years old, and he had a doctor's appointment. And in that area where the doctor's appointment is, there's a lot of metered parking. And then you could park in the garage at the hospital, but it'll cost, at the time, the fee was $5, okay? $5, with your stamp on it when you get your ticket validated. So, and literally all I had was $5 to my name. So I'm like, I don't want to use my last $5. I always have a car. I always keep lots and lots of change in my car and in my purses and stuff. So I had plenty of change on me, but I had just $5 to my name. So I needed parking, and I didn't want to park in the garage. And it was limited metered parking in front of the doctor's office. So I'm like, oh my goodness, that's what I needed. And I didn't want to cancel his appointment. So I said, I'm going to trust her. I'm going to trust her. And I did just that. So the night before, I prayed about it. I was very specific. I was like, I need metered parking. I want to park in front of the doctor's office. I was all like, I want to get there about 10 minutes early, just in case I have to, go drive around or whatever the case may be. So I was all like, Lord, I need metered parking. I said, leave some change in there so I don't have to spend up all my quarters and stuff like that in these meters. I was like, let it be right in front of the doctor's office. I said, I hope the appointment is quick, short. He passes his exam. There's nothing wrong. I don't have to be concerned about anything. And then I can go back home, because all I had was $5 to my name. So I was all like, and I don't want to spend this $5. So I did that. So that was what I wanted. And then the next morning, I get up, I get myself together, get my son ready. We go off to his appointment. So we get there, and it is like 10 minutes or 15 minutes early. I'm like, yay. But I get there and I'm looking, and there's no parking. And I'm parked in front of a bus stop, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't park here. This is a bus stop. If I park here, even if I'm, in and out, I might get a ticket. So I was like, man, and I was quick. Okay, I was about to be quick to get an attitude. Quick to be like, this don't work. She lied, right? Because I was ready to just go off, right? And lo and behold, I'm sitting there, and my son's looking like, Mommy, what's wrong? And I'm like, there's no parking. And he's like, no parking? I'm like, no. And lo and behold, as I'm getting ready to get frustrated, as I am getting discouraged, as I'm feeling like She lied. I was like, that ain't true. Next thing you know, a car pulls right out from in front of the parking. I said, oh shoot. So I zooms over. Once he pulls out, I pulls in. And it was right in front of the doctor's office. And I sat there and I was like, whoa. I was like, yay, that we got parking. And he was like, yay, yay. So we was all excited about the parking. So I said, well, let me get my change so I can put some money in the meter. And when I went to go put money in the meter was already fully paid for. The meter had about an hour and a half left on it. I was like, oh shoot, that is so cool. I was like, yo. And then my heart kind of got, my stomach kind of sunk, because I was like, oh shoot, I got nervous, like, this is real. I said, she was right, this is really real. And I was kind of nervous because this was really the first time that ever happened to me, and the first time I ever, asked God for anything. And when I got it, I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. But I was scared, I was happy, I was excited. And I went into the doctor's appointment, came out, we was in that appointment for about 20 minutes tops. His appointment, he had a great exam, appointment went well, everything went good. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool, this is so awesome. I was so elated. I was very appreciative, and I jumped up and down for joy. I shed a little tear, and I was so appreciative, and I just kept saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, Lord. Oh my God, this is real. And when I was driving home, I called the evangelist, and I was all like, guess what? And I told her what happened, and she was like, see, I told you. And I was all like, thank you so very much. And that became how I was able to trust in the Lord. And ever since then, I've been doing it ever since then. And like right now, I'm about to find parking, and we's about to claim parking over here at this place so I can do these deliveries. Yes, we got parking. Let's see. Oh, we got parking right here. Let's see. Your girl gonna have to. Yeah, this is a tight parking, but I got parking, y'all. It's tight, but it's parking. Let's see. Do a parallel parking in these tight spots. But I made it. I fit it. See, I got parking again. I got parking again. I made it to the pharmacy. I got parking again. And I'm about to go enjoy my day. But I hope that this story, this testimony, because this is a testimony, stepping out on faith. I had $5 to my name. Didn't have to spend my $5. Got the parking, had about an hour and a half of meter time left. Didn't have to spend none of my quarters that I had. It parked right in front of the doctor's office. I didn't have to go to the garage and the parking. And my son was in and out like in 20 minutes with a great bill of health. And that just goes to show that when you do step out on faith, when you do, expect for a divine intervention, a miracle, from the Lord, He does provide. But the thing about it is you have to be specific and detailed, and you also have to believe. Because if you believe, then He will do it. But if you don't, that displeases Him. So you have to have faith. You have to believe in the Lord. You have to have faith, and you have to believe. So I hope that this message resonated with someone, and just so you can know, because God is good, and He's good all the time. He's good all the time. He will never leave you nor forsake you. And He was there every step of the minute. And like I said, at first when I got there, I was like, oh my God, this ain't real. I didn't get no parking spot, but I had to wait for a couple of seconds. And literally as I did, someone pulled right out, and I pulled right in. I was like, yes, Lord. And I was so excited. And ever since then, that helped me along the way. Now, every now and again, even still sometimes, I might waver in my faith. I can't lie. I might not always have faith, and I might be frustrated. But 9 out of 10 times, listen. Majority than not, I'm believing in the Lord. The Lord has been good. And I don't have a reason to not believe, because he's been providing, he's been doing, he's been protecting, he's been blessing me left and right. Left and right. Every single day, all throughout the day. There's numerous amounts of things that I can attest to that the Lord has done in my favor. So since I know that the Lord is real and the Lord is awesome and he's good all the time and he's always providing and he's always making a way, he made a way. He's a way maker. He made a way for me to get to my son's appointment where I didn't have to cancel the appointment, and I had $5 to my name, a couple of change in my car, and he allowed me to find parking right in front of the doctor's office with money on the meter. Now, if that ain't God, if that ain't good, listen, y'all better believe in the Lord. And yes, it gets hard. Sometimes it's hard to believe in the Lord. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes, like I said, I even waver in my faith at times. But I'm not giving up on God, because he ain't gave up on me. So I hope you guys have a blessed day. And if this story resonated with you guys, comment, tell me a testimony about the first time that you stepped out on faith, or that God has done something for you, when you was down to your last $5 let me hear the stories. Comment, share. Come on, guys. Let's build this community. Thanks for watching. Blessings.